to what we have for today. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everyone on this call and everyone that's watching this recording. Um, I greet you all. I want to congratulate everyone for their winning last week, and for those of us that didn't really get good winnings. Yes, the market is still open. We still have more opportunities ahead. Just keep doing what you're doing. Just keep trying. This is a journey. We're all gonna get there, and I believe as you keep trying, putting your hands on the plow, on the forex proverbial plow, you will get the results. It will come eventually, but don't be discouraged. Don't feel that you're wasting money. You're actually investing. If you feel you have to stop using your life account and then switch to demo for a few months so you can just practice what you know and then use it over and over again till it becomes part of you, good idea. And if you like I was saying earlier before I started this recording, if you can build your account, probably practice and use the time to build your account through an external means, just to get to a good have a good equity, good capital to work with, is good. Because one of the things that kill us in the market is if we have a small account sometimes, and the greed factor sets in, we want to use that small account to build big winnings, which is normally reasons why we may not be able to get what we want in the market. Because sometimes for a day, a particular pair may want to move 100 pips, and if you have 0.01 lot size in your trade, 100 pips is about 10 pounds or $10, and probably that is already done for the day. But because you're still in the market, market may turn back and then kick you out in a loss. So you want to take the time and build your capital, your equity, so that you can probably get out with 2% or 3% or 1% for some people. So anyway, that's by the way. So for this week, not too many high impact news, except a few here and there. Monday bank holiday, China, the Chinese yen bank holiday. The China is having bank holiday, so we're going to see yen. I don't think it's going to really move like that throughout the week, because it's here. Monday is here on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, throughout the week, really. So I don't know what's going to happen for GBP, JPY, the pound yen. So just be on the lookout for that. Not too many things anyway. You just trade this as a normal trading. If you trade the news as well, I would say yes, you can trade it normally as you normally do. And if you don't trade the news, just expect the kind of volatility you would expect with some of this news releases. We'd like to see news releases because they move the market. The speech that we see, we have a number of interest rates news releases this week as well. So those are going to move the market. So we're sure to see some good movements in the market. Just watch them as if you're not used to it, you can secure your winnings before the news releases the news is released or whatever, and then when it finishes, you trade the outcome of the news, which is what I advise people that don't trade the news. Just trade the outcome of the news. There are winnings on there as well. Today I'm going to take us through most of the pairs. I'm going to try and see if I can rush them through so I can cover a lot. So many of them that I wanted us to look at today. And card, I don't think I'm going to look at it from this one. Let me go to another. Yeah, okay, I'll start from GJ. GJ, remember what I drew? I redrew this charts last week just to see if I would still see the same thing I saw a few weeks back, and yeah, pretty much seeing the same thing now. So right now I'm expecting this to at least kind of push up a bit, go back to the top of this, because if you can see, as you can see, it came back to the bottom of this what's it called now, the bottom of this level, or basically I would just call it bottom of this channel, because you can see it wicked and it's going back up right now. It did that, pulled back, did that, pulled back, did that. So this might actually be a pullback. This is not a wick, by the way. Let me show you. It's not a wick, it's my own drawing. Yeah, so that's my drawing. So this might actually go back up to that top of that channel, as you can see. You see, if you've been seeing the move, see that. So this might actually go back to the top of that channel before finally dropping back to the bottom of the channel, so it still has room to go up. But if for some reason it decides to break, come back down to this level, I'm expecting that to break this what's it called now, this level that it's been to before, this level anyway. Just break it and do that retest, and then give us, like, this color. So do that, come all the way down. So all of that, you ignore all of that move, then come down here. This is where you look for your trade, and then this is where you TP for your first TP, unless it breaks. Normally when it comes to these levels, unless there's a high impact news or some form of whatever in the market, it will just push it straight up. But if there's no high impact news in the market, you'll probably just see it push back up or something. So it may actually create a head and shoulder here before coming back down. But just be on the lookout. So I wouldn't bother about this until probably if it comes back to this level, then I could probably start looking for a trade, either to sell it back to this level or to wait for it to break. Excuse me, or to wait for it to break above that level, and then, but then again, see how small this level is from here to here. So if you can wait for it to get here, why don't you just wait 80 pips? Just wait for it to get to the top of that channel. Then you can start looking for your sell back to the bottom. Stop loss somewhere around here, and then all of this will be yours. If you can get an entry somewhere around here, all of that is yours. That's 1,170 pips if we can get it back. But remember, if you get an entry here and it's coming down, you first TP somewhere around here before you look for here. This is your first tip. Or better still, you TP here first. You know, that's total of 360 pips before you start looking for this one, before you start looking for that one. But again, this trick is to probably ignore all of this, let it go up, unless you can get an entry here. Probably look for an entry on the smaller time frame of that level. Excuse me. So probably maybe you could do something like this. Yep. Some people that would work with that trend line and then look for that move. You know, let me use this faster. Look for that move, and then, yep. So and take it back to the top of the channel, or this level here. Let me see how many pips that would be. So quick scalp. Oh, it's not scalp. It's 100 plus pips. So if you can find an entry there, so let it break out, look for a retest there, and then, yeah, and then take it to that top for 100 plus pips. That would be your move right there. But right now there's nothing to trade here. Just let it set up properly. That's for GG. I don't think there's anything on that note. Was that the one? Okay. What about this one? Okay, that was GG. I don't think there's anything here about this one. NZD. I think I have another one marked for this guy here, NZD. Okay, so I expected this to be an inverted head and shoulder. It kind of pushed up a bit, but it didn't give me the full thing. It gave us only how much if we enter. Okay, I think that's all of this. Let me say up to from here 200 plus. It didn't give us a full range. Thought it was going to go all the way from down here down up to the top for 900 pips, but hasn't done that yet. Came back to the neckline. So this may be the next move now. This move right here. I don't want to believe this is a head and shoulder trying to form. Normally head and shoulder should be at levels, not in the middle of a trade, So, but if anything is possible in the market anyway, so that may happen. So that's why I kept that there, and then we'll see that. So you guys want to trade head and shoulder, but if that is not what is going to happen, then this is going to keep going up. Retest that, and then first TP, and then retest that, and then that. So just be on the lookout. Right now, overall, this is what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing. Why? Because this hasn't broken this low yet for me to say it has stopped being bullish. It needs to come all the way down here and break this, and then I'll say, okay, then I will say it's no more bullish. It's the rule of the market, So this from here, I'll start selling back here, So for right now, it hasn't done that. It can't do this. Then you can easily take a what's it called now? a counter trend trading down to this level. That will be your TP until it breaks below, and then so you see that's just your move. Everything is covered. You see all the levels. That's why you create these levels so you can take trades from them. You can take trade from here, take trade from here, take trade from here, take trade from here. So you never take trade in the middle of a trade. Like where it is right now, you can look for a trade. So for this one now, let's see what's happening on the smaller time frame. Come on, slow down. Okay, so I think I'm gonna okay. So you see, kind of pushed in a bit. Let's see again. So yep, they may find something here. Let me see if I can get anything on this side. So that may be like a breakout on a retest. See, that may be a breakout, a retest, and to continue to the upside. So if you didn't enter from here, probably it's still a good place to enter. Then your TP, your stop loss would probably one place to put your stop loss be here. Safe, what's it called now? Easy stop loss, but the safest place would be here. But I don't know how many pips that is. I might have to find that out. If you put your stop loss at that level. So from here down here, that'll be 100 pips to make how much? Yeah, 1 to 2 risk to reward. If you're willing to do that, 1 to 2 risk to reward, you can let that, you can pick that up, enter there. But the best place will have been here, increases your risk to reward ratio. So that's a break, retest, a break out of that level, retest of that level. Even if you look at it from this perspective, it came down, tried to break, retest, but then that didn't happen. So it tried to retest and drop, but it didn't happen. It pushed back up. So broke out and came and retested that level. Now it seems like it's heading back to the upside, which may coincide with what we're trying to do here. See, breakout, retest, and then continue to the upside, which is what we initially did here. That may be happening right now. So if you want to take that trade, that could be a risk you want to enter at this level by market. But I normally don't enter by market anyway. If I wanted to take this, I would have been in this on its buy limit already. So when it comes back, it picks me out, picks me in. So that may be something you want to do, or you could put another limit, just put a limit just in case it comes back down. But no, your stop loss has to be here, but it's risky as well. If it takes you out, means you're gonna lose 100 pips. So that's your trade, breakout, retest. Or another thing you can do is, because it's been to this level before, another thing you can do, it's been to that level before, so you probably might look for this to break out and then look for that retest that you can take it to that level. Yep, that could be something else you want to trade. So some people might want to see that as an inverted head and shoulder as well, and yeah, that's GN. You don't have to trade GN anyway. You really don't have to trade it. Let me see USD CAD. Yep, this has been piping hot for the past how many days. So that's that and that. So right now I'm waiting for this to do that retest, come back to the top side. So if you were me, or if I were you, I would put the sell limit here. But if I put the sell limit there, I don't have a choice. My sell stop, sorry, my stop loss will be here. I'm already in this trade, so I'm probably going to put the sell limit somewhere here for this to come back up. I think I created this somewhere. Did I not? I think I must have deleted it by mistake. What did I do? Let me see. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't see that. It's another line. Okay, yeah. Someone created a line for it. Yeah, that kind of line. Something like that, and then that. That's what I expected to see. I don't know if it must have moved. Yeah, so it's already making its way to the top. So I'm not going to enter by market. I believe USD CAD is still going down. So I'm going to put my buy limit, sell limit somewhere here, and then let it come to the top and probably take me in. But if maybe somewhere around here, I see it doesn't, if it's close to this level, it's close enough, so I could still enter bar market so I don't lose it. Because sometimes I do that. When I see it's close enough, I could push my sell limit down a bit. That way it gets me in earlier into the market, even though it pushes at the end. It's just some risk I'm willing to take as long as it is not too expensive if it goes against me. Because from here, I think it's a good win. Even though I take a trade from here down here, it's a good win, 200 plus pips. And my stop losses would be just, see, about 50 pips. So it's not a good, it's not a bad investment. 1 to 4 risk to reward ratio. Fantastic trade there. I'm gonna ignore all of this because this is not the charts. So that's USD card. What about this guy? Same thing here. Same thing happening here. Same thing happening. Now, generally, this is where I feel it might be coming to the bottom of this channel. But anyway, there's a level here, and we might actually come down to that level again. There's been to, but yeah, that's USD card. Yeah, same thing here. I think I looked at this one already. Did I? Yeah, I looked at it already. So that's if that doesn't happen, then expect that to come all the way down here back and then retest that level, and then we'll take it back to that level. Same thing. That's the level I created in the past for it when I thought this was a head and shoulder, but yeah, that happened. It came all the way down. I mean, it broke back up, I presume. I can't remember what happened. Yeah, I think it was here. Yeah, actually broke back up from here, came all the way back to that level, and who knows, may just come back down and then retest and then continue to the downside. Nobody knows. But again, just keep monitoring it. Like I've said with all of this analysis, I'm going to send all the charts to you anyway. Same thing, seen that before. Say okay, same thing I looked at on the other side as well. Yeah, those are the levels. Come down, retest that. All these charts I'm going to send to you, where you even have the option of so looking at the watching the video again. So that level, if it goes back, that will be your level. This is, like I said, good level to enter the trade. Stop loss, low there. So if it continues to the downside, just notice might bounce at this level back to that top, or if it breaks that, it's coming down to that level. That's why you create the levels that you create. Okay, now this one is playing out like we thought it would. GA. Let me see. I said it was coming back to that level and it might push up again. Same thing you're seeing on the other guy. See, came all the way down and then took it, and then it's already up how many pips now? About 90 pips or thereabout. So, but there's no sure banker it's gonna come all the way back up. Remember, this guy has been very fickle. The pound has been very fickle because of the election. Sorry, the Brexit votes and stuff. All the things that are happening with the pound within the UK. So all of that. So be careful if you're trading the pound. Don't put all your eggs in one pound basket. You can do other trades. Just maybe divide the trades into 2 or 3. You know, pound is very volatile at this time. So now it's heading up. If you're not already in this, just ignore this one for now, or wait for it to come back down to take you back in and then to the upside. Yeah, but this is really the levels. They are already created. So if you're not in there yet, I would say wait for it to come back down, or you can simply the same thing create, because this is the previous high. It's really the same principle. Price, always look for price to break the previous high, come back into that previous high, and then look for a trade. So that is what you do. Previous high or previous low, the same thing. Price normally will come back to the previous high or previous low, then before continuing to the opposite. But if it doesn't, just ignore it. If you didn't enter from the level that you're supposed to take it from, ignore it. If you still want to look for a trade, and look for it to come back to the previous high or previous low for a higher probability of you getting that trade than just jumping in because you see green lines. I mean, green candles. You just want to jump in. You're not gonna do yourself any good. So just let them run. Again, let me just also mention that I'm taking the time to go through all of these charts. I'm not expecting everyone to trade every one of those charts. You know, you can pick one or two that you are comfortable with. You know, that you say, okay, this is what I'm going to trade this week. I'm going to trade only the GBP pairs. I'm just going to take GB, pound yen, or pound Swiss, or pound Aussie, or whatever you want to. But don't trade everything at the same time, because that's like that put dividing your attention into too many places. You won't be able to monitor them all together and to know what is happening. Although you would, but then it doesn't help you in the long run. So it's always good for you to just limit the number of pairs that you're trading at the same time. I would even suggest, is what I used to tell everyone from the beginning, you know, from the beginning of the time I knew you guys. If it's one or two pairs that you want to study, just pick them and study them and know them. I used to study GA, you know, then I added GEA to it as well because I love those two pairs, you know. But I have to know every one of these pairs as well, because I'm a mentor. I'm the one that's showing you guys for now, because you guys eventually will become mentors and start showing other people, you know, for now. So I have to study to learn to know how these pairs are, what their personality and everything. Unfortunately, I don't know every one of them, you know, yet, but I'm still working on it. But if I'm trading, I don't trade more than two or three pairs, you know, together. Maybe like for instance, I'm trading I don't trade GBP, 1 GBP or 3 4 GBPs in one account together, because that's like putting too much at risking too much on the pound. You know, the same thing with the dollar. I don't risk too much on one pair. So spread your money so you can escape the flood when it comes, if it comes, God forbid. Okay, this has been there here. It's been here for days now. It's not moved. Expected this to continue to the upside retest and then give me my double bottom, but that's not happening. But it's still there. You know, I'm not gonna take. I'm still just like this guy here. I'm gonna show you the Aussie chef. Told myself I'm not trading the downside no matter what it does. This is what I was, you know, that I wasn't going to trade the downside no matter what. I'm definitely going to be waiting for the upside to play out. Why? Because of this double bottom here. And lo and behold, he came start doing this, and by the end of the day, what did you see? He pushed up, and you know. So sometimes you just want to make that resolve, no matter what the market does. So for this one as well, I'm not trading the downside at all. I'm not going to touch the downside. It's not even one of the pairs that I trade a lot, you know, so it could just make that resolve. So now this one, I'm waiting for it to come all the way back up, retest that level, and then give me my double bottom. Completion of how many pips? Ooh, that's like 600 plus pips, almost 700 pips. So if I can get that, that would make my week. So that's one. But who knows? It could just do that. Could come all the way down. If it does that, I'm fine. I'll just move on to another. But that's what is possible as well for anyone that wants to trade it. You know, but if you want to trade it, see the levels are there. So as a previous low here, just let price, okay, let me use this other thing. Let price break the previous low. That's where you look for your trade. Let price break the previous low. Let it come down to the previous low, break that, and then this is your trade right there. You know, previous low. All right, but don't just jump in at this level, because you might who knows, anything can happen. Oh, okay, I need to take this out again. Okay, all right, so that's that one. G card. Okay, so yep, good trade, good trade, good trade was this one. Brilliant trade. That happened, and it's been piping down. I think this is what I think this was since last week or last 2 weeks that I was looking at this level. Price coming back to that the top of that level. It kind of pushed up a bit, you know, took people out of this out of it. You know, I think it took me out at one point, and I looked for another entry, you know, and what happened, started coming down, and it's been dropping massively. So right now, did that flag again and continue to the downside. So what am I waiting for? I'm saying, okay, this might actually be forming a head and shoulder. So who knows, it may come back into that previous high. Excuse me, 2 levels now. So let me do this thing. So 2 levels, it might come back into that level, come all the way back into that level, the previous low, all right, or into this level. Yep. So you could see that, then drop, or you could see that, then drop. Yep. Or again, could just see that again. You might not just do that. You can never tell what the market is going to do. Just anticipate it, create the levels, and then watch it play out. Like, because right now it's already begun, so there's nothing you can do about this one. It's already begun. The move has already begun. So if you're not already in this one, I would say, okay, if you want to create a level here and wait for that to come and retest and then continue to the downside, good. Otherwise, wait for it to come back to this level if it ever comes back. But if it doesn't, just ignore this one and let it go. Some of us that entered it from way from the top here, so deed has already been done. When I say high probability trades, I don't mean trades in the middle. I mean trades from the top of levels or the bottom of levels. So even though you come down to this level now on your smaller time frame, this might be a level. Yep, this might be a level. Let me just create that. See, so this might be a level for you. So it's not a bad place. So you can find a trade here, it can come here and then bounce, then possibly continue to the downside, or it will come here. The reason why I'm sure that may happen is because price has been there before. Price has been there. Price had reactions. You see what I mean? They had reactions before. So please mute yourself, because it had reaction before. I'm expecting to have a reaction there. So if you want to put a buy limit here, buy limit, this will be your stop loss, because price may push up about, it might push up 10 to 20 pips, get your win and get out. But if there's a strong event in the market, it will just push through, before it will push through before coming back to test it. So that's something you have to put right by the side, because price has been here before. It's going to have a reaction when it comes there. So it may push up 10, 20 pips, or even 50 pips, or even 100 pips before continuing to the downside. Why? Because it's been there. But if we have a news event, a strong impact event, a high impact event, it will push it down. Ignore that level altogether, but it will sometimes, most times, come back to that level, just to retest it and then continue to the downside. So that's something to put down for your own notes. Okay, NZD card. I think I have this in somewhere else. Okay, I have two of it. Okay, so expanding triangle possibility here. So that's. So possibly might be going back up. That's one mindset. Might be going back up. But if that breaks, if that doesn't hold water, then it means this is what we might be seeing. It's going to break that and come back to that, retest that level, and then continue to the downside. So that thing that we said here on this one, the bounce. So you may actually see that bounce back to structure. But if you look at it on the higher time frame, this is what we're trying to sell. We're trying to trade this double bottom here. Oh, it's too messy. Let me see if the other one is clean. It's a bit clean. It's too messy. Okay, this is what we're trying to trade. This double bottom right here. Wanted price to do that and then come to the upside, retest, and continue. But as you can see, kept weaken. So possibly this might be a strong indication of the fact that this might continue to the downside. So just be on the lookout for that level. Again, it's in the middle of the trade, so you just want to see that retest happen and then continue to the downside. If not, you can have a buy sell limit here for price to come back there, and then if it comes back and then continues pushing to the upside, it's gonna take your stop loss out. Yep. So you can never tell what price is gonna do. That's why you don't put all of your eggs in one basket. So that's your trade right there. Wait for that level to be broken to the downside. As you can see, it breaks to the downside, then you can trade it down. Sorry, this is what I mean. Yeah, wait for that level to be broken to the downside. It looks more probable coming down. I see that strong move. Although we saw something similar here and then, but I presume this might actually continue to the downside, and then we'll see a retest there, and then we can sell back to this level. Let me see how many pips this would be anyway. Maybe that many. Okay, yeah, about 90 pips. So yep, NZD card. And this guy, we thought we were expecting. I think I have this somewhere else anyway. Just gonna ignore that one. Yeah, I'm waiting for this one to happen. I don't like you as a chef, so so. But if that happens, that would be good. That would be brilliant. No, not good. Let me check the other charts. Okay, so I've looked at this one. It's already made its move. It's already going to the upside. So yeah, this is why I said personally I'm more biased towards the upside because of the double bottom. Yep. So I expected this to now you see what happened. Give us an inverted head and shoulder and then push to the upside. It's fine. I expected this to come down and take me, but it didn't come down. I'm still gonna keep my buy limit here, expecting price to come down and then push me to the upside. How many pips there? I have a long way to go on this pair. This 200. They have all of that, so if I can get an entry from here to that level, that's 500. That's not bad, you know and then if we're lucky, that's that upside. Why? Because of this double bottom as well. So that's why the higher time frame is good as well. So because of this double bottom, we could get all the way to the top bit there. So we are fortunate enough to get an entry here. That's 1,004, 1,424 or 1,500. Yep. So, but I'm not gonna keep it there and then expect to get 1,500 in one blow. So one step at a time. So I'm gonna keep a buy limit here and let price see if price is gonna come back. But if it doesn't come back, one other thing you can do, like again, same principle. Previous high, wait for price to come there, retest that, and then continue to the upside. Then you can stay and see what it does. Move your stop loss into profit and allow the thing to run. Oops. Okay, so that's Aussie Swiss franc. Yeah, this is what I expected this to happen, to come to that level and then drop. I kind of came in and gave a few pips first. I was very excited. I think I got into the trade, but I stayed too long and came in and hit me out on my stop loss. Yeah, gave me 50 pips, perfect entry. Yeah, came back and hit stop loss. It's all good. Things happen. So right now I've abandoned. I never liked EG for anyway. So I think Dr. K as well hated this pair because he killed us, both of us, one time. We're trading it together. So anyway, so let's if you want to trade this one, yep. So wait for that to retest that level and then continue to the upside. Or like now it's rejected, it's probably coming back down. I probably will not look for anything on this side until I see this level broken. So I would say ignore that one. Yeah, this guy, good trade, good trade. Inverted head and shoulder that had a very long shoulder. So if you're not already in it, same thing, same principle, previous high, right now might have to drop to the smaller time frame, previous high, wait for price to break previous high, you know, come back and retest it, and then that's your trade, but then because you've not been in it in a long time, anything can happen. You don't need to stay till the top floor. If you are here and something happens and maybe price comes back into parity, if it does that, you will not lose because you're still down here. But if you entered at this level, that's a loss for you already because your stop loss definitely probably be somewhere around here. It comes back, it's taking you out. Anything can happen in the market. So that's why you enter at a high, at a good level. Okay, let me take this out. Okay, that's CJ. God help me. Chef, same thing. But for this one, this broke out. If you guys entered here with me, you're probably still in profit now. This broke out, so I expected this to come all the way back into that level. It might have not. It may not give us that total retest that we expected. It's probably may started making its move. It's all good. We'll let it go. We'll have another level. But what you can do if you're already here, if you really want to enter it again, same principle, same principle. Let it come, retest that, and then that's your trade. Continue to the upside. But it may just still drop a few pips before. So I would still say if you still really want to trade this, just still put your buy limit here and then stop loss here. Let me see how many pips stop loss. How many pips stop loss? Not be that much. Not too bad. 50 pips. And then how many pips win for the first win if you enter at this level? See, not too bad. So 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. But this is what hold on. This is what I'm really seeing. If we get, that's probably my phone. So if we can get that the distance between here and here, that's 200. So from here, so that's where we're looking for. Okay. Yeah, for some of us that entered from here, you get all of that. But if you didn't enter from there, it's probably just get that 100 pips. So yep. So that's that trade. Card Swiss franc. I think I've looked at that. Yeah, I've looked at that. Same thing, same principle, same principle. So yep, we test and then it's continuing to the downside. That level, looked at that already. Euro NZD. Yeah, that was another one we're looking for. I said we should wait for this to come into that level for trade down. So it's already here, it's down here. So if you already had a sell limit, you're probably in the trade right now. Your stop loss is still far away, hasn't been hit yet. Let me see how many pips stop loss. That looks like a big one. Yeah, so it's a big one, 60 something, 65, 68 pips stop loss. So yep, so that's your trade right there. For how many pips to win? How many pips? Okay, not bad. 280 pips. For this one like that, you can always look to not do your standards, go to micros 0.3, 0.4 or whatever, but because you see the stop loss is quite high, 67 is quite it's quite a number, so unless you want to put it somewhere around here just to be, so, but I would say put it in the previous high. Some people want to put it somewhere here. Anyways, it's entirely up to you. Euro Aussie, I'm not looking at that. This one we're looking, okay, I think I've looked at this already. It hasn't broken above, it hasn't gotten to the edge. So as far as I'm concerned, it is still valid, head and shoulder. I can see the reject happening still. So I've looked at it before. So still looking at it. So for people, if you want to trade the rule, I would say I want to trade the rule of this one because this is one double bottom and this is head and shoulder. This can play out, this can play out. So if we want to trade the rule, the head and shoulder, just wait for this to break and then come back into it. Then that's your trade. If you want to trade the double bottom, then wait for this to break totally, come back into it. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Wait for this to break, come back into it, and then that's your trade. If you want to trade the head and shoulder, wait for that to break, come back into it. Then the rest of the people want to scalp, just look for what to do in here, drop down to your smaller time frame, look for the short wins, So, but if you want the major moves, break above to that, break below to that level. In fact, to this level. Let me see how many pips. If I can find an entry here. 600, almost 600. Yeah, 600 plus pips. Yep. I know how I trade. Once I enter at a good level like this, I don't let it go until I get okay. I might start thinking of taking something out. Why? Because of that level. See the distance, measured move. It enters into here. I might start taking something out and then seeing what it would do. But I'll probably look for different positions at these levels. I'd look for another position at this level and then let it go. Anyway, so that's NZD card if that plays out. What else? Yeah, this is still moving. I think I'm gonna stop there for tonight. This is probably already 1 hour. I don't want it to be that long. I know it's gonna be long anyway, but 1 hour is a lot. So I don't know if anyone has a question or two they want to ask, but I'm just gonna stop the recording first and then look at the pairs that you guys want me to look at, and then I'll answer a few questions if you have any.